fucking so bright. I can shake it off now, but I just had a moment of real internal crisis of how much I've gone in my own way, and it's really frustrating. No intro, don't want to do one. It seems like I'm pissed off. I am, only at myself. I had a really good few days of writing. Something was going on in my apartment which threw me off. It threw me off like a child. It threw me off like I cried. Crying at the grocery store. Something's going on in my apartment and it's thrown off my whole work day. It just, you sound pathetic. How much it affected me, I felt kind of silly about. I can shake it off now, but I just had a moment of real internal crisis of how much I've gone in my own way, and it's really frustrating. And I understand where all those fears come from and those blocks come from, but understanding them doesn't undo them. And I really had to remind myself, when my friend said, you know, don't give up on belief, and I said, I had to remind myself just now that it's not over just because, you know, it's taken a little bit longer than I would have liked. And some of that is relatively out of my control, like things going wrong, relatively out of my control, things out of my reach, out of my budget, relatively out of my control. But recently, those blocks that once were there, the limiting beliefs that were once there that I thought were the big ones, are not so much there, and I just feel like I'm almost on the right track. I don't think there's anything really to meditate on or figure out with that. I think it's literally just pretty fucking logistical. I think it's pretty much just like, have you finished 1, 2, and 3, then shut the fuck up and finish 1, 2, and 3. I'm gonna want to put my fucking face through some fucking glass if I see 2 people before Thursday, which is what? Sometimes I see them on a Monday, because they're now just waiting on me, and that's just a weird feeling. Now there's people who flake on me, there's people who cancel, there's people who want to drag me back, there's people who are really in my way sometimes too. But then there are people who are pushing me, and that's what I really need to focus on right now. And it's just a weird feeling of like, no, we're ready now. Like the whole time it's like, you're trying to make it happen, you're trying to make the contact, you're trying to do it, and now it's like, no, now we're ready. Are you ready? And I feel so silly. I don't even know what I'm saying right now. It's like, are you ready to leave your old life? Then do 1, 2, and 3. It's, yeah, you might have to stay up and do 1, 2, and 3 right now. I don't know if I'm being too harsh on myself or not. I really can't tell. I feel like I've really realized over like the last few years how little guidance I had with really big life things, and how quickly I then still also had to grow up. And no wonder I feel and have felt alone. Maybe it did take you literally an extra like 3 or 4 years to like heal some bullshit, become the person that you were supposed to become. And I'm seeing like really good people be like, just like keep showing up for me, and it's great. It just sheds light on not only the people who haven't shown up for me, but it also sheds light on the thing in the ways that I haven't shown up for me, and that is just a really bitter pill to swallow. Who gives a shit if it doesn't amount to anything? Oh, but it doesn't have to. Yes, it does. It does for me. I don't want to be a writer in my bedroom. I don't want to be that talented person who just happened to not know. Really, if it doesn't amount to anything, it actually is a big deal for me. And I speak about this in the docuseries, that my self-belief got really high, that it scared me, that I thought that I had something wrong with me, that it really drove me to a really close place of suicide. But I know the pain that took me there. Not living up to your own potential is probably one of my biggest like sources of pain and frustration and anger. Also because I saw my dad just die depressed and unhealthy and broke as shit and leave nothing. And that's not a nice way to describe someone who was like a fucking genius, but it's the truth. I got nothing. I don't even need to go to bed. I need to pray about this because I have nothing left. That's it.